If you've been watching my channel, then guess what? You've been watching footage from the DJI Pocket 4P. When I was with Peter McKinnon, it was all recorded on the Pocket 4P. When I was on the Golden Gate Bridge, it was all recorded on the Pocket 4P. When I was at the World Cup, it was all recorded on the Pocket 4P. When I was at the rodeo, you guessed it, it was all on the Pocket 4P. So a few years ago, I made the case that every photographer should have some way to shoot video as well, and the Pocket 3 was my solution to this. You see, when I started this channel, I would carry around a Sony on a Joby. I mean, look how big this thing is. But when I got the Pocket 3, I could easily get good enough footage to make videos, and that's what I did. If you saw me outside between 2024 and 2025, there was a good chance that what you saw was filmed on the Pocket 3. But I always felt limited by two things. One, this 20mm lens, and two, the very limited log profile on the Pocket 3. It's barely log. Now that we've got this camera, the Pocket 4P, I have to be honest, good enough is now really, really good. So last month, DJI flew me and a bunch of other creators up to Toronto to reveal the Pocket 4P and to put one in our hands. This was a very quick and fun trip, and it gave us all a first look at this camera. Benj and I spent the day walking around Toronto, taking photos and getting some footage. So here's something you might find interesting if you're into color grading. This is the color grade I use on this channel. Whether it's inside or outside, this is it. I just adjust the white balance accordingly. The DLOG profiles, DLOG 1 and DLOG 2, are so good that the exact same power grade and LUT that I use on my Sony files look absolutely fantastic on the Pocket 4P. Look, I'm not a tech spec guy. All I care about is the balance between efficiency and output. And this device, it is a very good balance. So let's talk about it. This camera is small. It's not pocket small necessarily anymore. It's definitely jacket pocket small, but it's not front pocket small, especially if you're a millennial that wears skinny jeans like me. But it is still small, and it powers up and on very quick, and setting it up is like a one and done process. It's really easy. The DJI mics connect to it instantly. It's super easy to use. You really don't even have to be like a videographer to use this thing. All right, now let's talk about the output. The dynamic range of the log profiles on this camera, it's insanely good. I don't feel any limitation at all in any footage that I got. Whether I was in hard light, good light, low light, it all performed very well. The 4K footage on this is great on both lenses, the 1X and the 3X, which I believe are 20 and 60mm. You can also zoom with no quality loss at 2 times each lens, so you can get 40 on the 20 and even up to like the equivalent of 120 mil on the 3X lens. Zooming in is exactly how I got shots like these. And if you don't want to use log profiles, colors right out of the camera look great as well. There are some features that only work outside of the log profiles, like their low light mode. The gimbal is also very smooth and stable, so the footage feels cinematic and smooth even when you've zoomed in. This camera could always be a little shaky, but this one's been really smooth. Now there are a few things I don't love about the Pocket 4P. One of the biggest features is the DLOG 2 with like up to 17 stops of dynamic range. It's amazing, it's wonderful, but it only works on the 1X lens. It does not work on the 3X, which is a huge bummer. When I first noticed this in Toronto, I asked a DJI engineer at the event like what was up with it. Is it a hardware limitation? Is it a firmware limitation? He actually said it was both, so it is what it is. There's no firmware update that's gonna add DLOG 2 to the 3X lens. So what does that mean practically? It means that if you are using DLOG 2, you can only use it on the wide lens, and if you switch lenses, then you're gonna have a different log profile, which might mean in your color grading process, you're gonna have to color grade them a little differently. And if you're switching back and forth a lot, that's gonna be super annoying. So what I've been doing is just using DLOG 1. Again, it's good enough. It's really, really good. DLOG 1 has been all I've needed to make all the videos that I've been posting on this channel, and I've only used DLOG 2 if I'm in like a really high dynamic scene where I really need that extra stop of dynamic range. There's actually a custom button on the Pocket 4P, and what I did was I set that custom button to switch between DLOG 1 and DLOG 2. So I've got it as two different profiles, and if I need DLOG 2, all I have to do is hit the custom button. Otherwise, I just keep it in DLOG 1 and I'm good to go. Problem number 2 may be an even bigger problem though, and that is that this camera is not available in the USA, which is a real bummer. I'm not gonna get into all of the political drama and reasons why, but we as creatives are paying the price of the FCC ban on all DJI products here in the US. So if you want this camera and you are in the USA, you gotta plan some travel and then do whatever you think is best. Overall, I like this camera a lot. It's a great balance of efficiency and output. For me, as someone who wants to capture moments and make videos, this is a great option for it. We are living in an era that is just amazing with photography and video tech. This is an incredible innovation, and I'm super pumped to keep using it to make videos on this channel. If you've got thoughts, I'd love to hear them. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think about the Pocket 4P from DJI. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.